I'm prepared for the flip-flop comments. Trust me, I am. Here's the thing. I was definitely right about a lot of the things that I was talking about with Xbox. I was also wrong with some things, and I think that, I'm not too proud to admit some of the things that I was wrong about, but I also have to say it'd be foolish to maybe not give me any credit for calling out Microsoft for the lack of announcements and stuff like that, because if you look at what's going on with Microsoft lately, they realistically are relatively quiet. They bought some new studios. Obviously, those studios are going to be working on games, but when are we going to see these games? I was saying all along between 2023 and 2025 would be when we started seeing an influx of the newer AAA games, and now it looks like that's probably going to be accurate. Now, some point this afternoon during XO, we'll find out about Obsidian's new IP. I hear that's a little bit of a smaller one, so that might not be a AAA one, but that still could be some kind of smaller, they're saying survival RPG. That's the rumor anyway. That could change. And Rare supposedly is working on a Xbox Scarlet game that's still at least quote-unquote a few years out, that's going to be a third-person adventure game that's a totally new IP. So I like the fact that Rare is able to jump from IP to IP, because if you look at the studios that Microsoft has, not a lot of their studios has that freedom, where it looks like the Coalition kind of is stuck with Gears, obviously Turn 10 with Forza, and when you look at 343, Halo, and then if you even look at Playground, they could be in a situation where they're stuck with Fable and Forza Horizon for the foreseeable future. So you have very few studios that are able to pivot away from that and create anything new in the AAA space. You kind of have the hopes that possibly, Ninja Theory could do that, and Ninja Theory is working on 2 games. What's cool about Microsoft Studios, a lot of them have multiple studios and multiple teams, so they're able to work on multiple projects, and that's going to be very important going forward. I still don't have a ton of hope for a lot of these games or these studios. I'm just being honest with you. I know some of you might like State of Decay or whatever. The first one I thought was good on the 360 as an arcade game. The second one really let me down. Maybe they can redo that, make it something like how we originally thought it was going to be. I don't know, but for me personally, look, they've rebuilt everything from the top up. I think that's smart. I don't think they're going to beat Sony next generation, but I think they're going to be in a pretty good situation. Obviously, maybe things aren't as dire as a lot of people thought. Turtle Beach said that they were at 50 million. We heard earlier 47 million. That's nothing to sneeze at. Of course, it's 2-1 behind Sony, but definitely with the way this generation started, not as bad, much better than the original Xbox. Definitely a reason to believe and invest into the future. The thing is, Microsoft doesn't do themselves any favors by not sharing any numbers or anything like that, so we'll have to see how that plays out in the future. But I gotta say, some of the stuff they're doing is right. If they change their culture, if they change that might be the biggest announcement out of XO, is that they finally dropped that dumbass way of not announcing a game unless it's a year or so out, right? That was the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, you're going to have to get people excited about your console at some point, which means you're going to have to talk about the games, right? You're going to have to talk about something that's the future, right? We haven't had anything in so long, so it's really good to see that they're willing to go out on that limb and talk about stuff and talk about these games the way that it looks like they might finally do that. So I'm excited by that. I think that it's really, really cool to see them do that. And again, I just think that it's something that is well past the time to do, and bravo for them doing that. So again, I was wrong on some aspects, definitely right on some aspects as well. So, I know a lot of people like to hate on me or whatever, but I just kind of want to point that out that, hey, we're all human. But I think it takes a pretty big person to admit when they were wrong a little bit. Again, there's no flip-flop. I've never stopped playing Xbox. I'm not going to. I'm still planning on getting the PS5 and then maybe later on a Scarlet, unless they really blow me away and I can maybe do a fundraiser or something. I don't know. But very interesting to see. And there might be some positive Xbox stuff. Who knows, man? But this is exciting. Let me know what you think. Please support the channel. Rack 'em up. Have a great day. Crapgamer out.